At least 14 Palestinians have been killed overnight in the latest Israeli airstrikes in Nuseirat and Bureij refugee camps in central Gaza. 3 homes were targeted. Israeli forces have also bombed a car in Nuseirat, killing 3 civilians. OK, well, Hani Mahmoud joins us now from Jabalia in central Gaza. And Hani, can you just bring us up to date with the latest on these Israeli airstrikes overnight that have continued into this morning?
Yes, well, the Israeli military continue to carry out airstrikes across the Gaza Strip. We look at a situation, the entire Gaza Strip has been equally bombed. But perhaps the worst of what happened is an overnight attack on a residential homes where 11 people were killed inside a residential home. And we were told by the civil defense crew and paramedic that this is a displaced family from Rafah city. This is not the first time that they've been displaced. They were pushed into this enforced displacement several times before ending up in the Bureij refugee camp. 11 people, including women and children. And as we showed up here at the site this morning at the hospital, there were remaining family members who were here. And we were told by one family member there are still more people under the rubble of the bombed homes, and not only just the targeted house that was destroyed, but also its vicinity, causing the falling bomb caused a great deal of destruction to the surrounding home, pushing people into further internal enforced displacement. On a separate attack, the Israeli attack drone struck a car. This car was carrying 3 people from one family, and what we learned so far, they were on their way to the kitchen that they set up in order to give free meals to displaced families in the central area, and more recently for people who've been displaced from Rafah city. They own this. This is a private business, but they turn it into a free meal distribution point for displaced families. And this is not the first time this particular family has been targeted and have family members being killed. At the initial weeks of this genocidal war, 24 members of this family, we're particularly talking about the Reach family, well known in Nuseirat refugee camp, and 3 more family members this morning were killed as they were on their way to set up their free meal distribution point. Meanwhile, the Israeli military continue to across Rafah city and pushing more of its occupying ground force into the center part of the city, as continue to push Israel along Philadelphia corridor to the coastal road, that's Rashid Road on the western part of the city, and further pushing people into further internal displacement. And within the past 24 hours, and according to our report, we're looking at 35,000 more people have been pushed into further internal displacement, all pouring into the central area and western part of Khan Yunis. That's the evacuation zone, just putting more pressure on the infrastructure and the remaining facilities that already has no capacity and no ability whatsoever to accommodate further a number of displaced population.
OK, thanks so much, Hani. Hani Mahmoud for us there in Jabalia.